Hey there, aspiring guitarist. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. I know I sure put on some weight and enjoyed myself. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. But hey, let's move forward. Let's get back to talking about buying guitars and guitar type instruments for the holidays. Now, I've talked about how I've taught my grandkids with a ukulele, a regular old 4-string ukulele. This is not a regular old, it's a baritone ukulele. And I'm going to talk today about why it's significantly different from the soprano, concert, and tenor ukuleles. And it's very much like a guitar. In fact, it's a guitar without the top, the 5th and the 6th string, or the E and the A string, the low E, the low A. So these 4 strings, D, G, B, E, are the same as those strings on the guitar. Now what this does is several things. You can learn chords. For instance, a D chord on a baritone ukulele is exactly, an open D chord is exactly the same as a D chord on a guitar. It's the same thing. But a G chord is not. Why? Because normally on a guitar, if you made a G chord, you're going to utilize the 5th and the 6th string with fingers 1 and 2 or 2 and 3. Well, you don't have a 5th and a 6th string here, but you do have the G note down here on the 1st string, 3rd fret. Remember? E, F, G. So a G chord is just simply 3rd fret, 1st string. Now C chord is, remember the C chord gets into the 2nd string, the 4th string, the 5th string, and the 6th string. Well, to make that chord on a baritone ukulele, 1st finger, 1st fret, 2nd string, 2nd finger, 2nd fret, 4th string. So if you were doing D to G to C, you can finger pick it just like a guitar. You can strum it. What you're doing is you're actually learning the same things on the bottom 4 strings of the guitar. Remember on the guitar we did elephants and donkeys grow big ears. Well, you get donkeys grow big ears on a baritone. But this will also help you to learn how to make chords in other ways because you don't have the 5th and the 6th string. Now, y'all remember the books that I've talked about strummed together. I've shown y'all the campfire songs strummed together. And one of the things I like about this is it has the chords for multiple stringed instruments. So let's just pick a song. Here's I Fall to Pieces. So you can see, I'm looking over here, it's got the entire song on one page, and opposite of it are the chords. But let's take a look at those chords. There's the standard ukulele chords. Underneath is the baritone ukulele. Look at that G chord. It's just like what I just said. Look at that C chord. Look at the D chord. Exactly like the D chord of the guitar. Look, the guitar is right below the baritone ukulele. The D is exactly the same. You got part of the C chord on the baritone ukulele as you have with the guitar. Look at the G chord. It's just like I told you. You don't have the 5th and the 6th string, but you do have the 1st string, 3rd fret. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Get it a little closer where you can see it. All right, standard ukulele at the top. Then there's the baritone. Well, there's that G chord. Remember, so there's the nut. The big black line's the nut. The headstock is up where the G is. So to make that G, you're just going to the 3rd fret, 1st string. which is part of the G on the guitar. You're just leaving off the 5th and the 6th string. So what does that do? You would think, well, big deal, so what? This could so help a young person or anybody that's learning guitar in their guitar journey, because they're going to learn about chord voicings. How you can remember, what's a chord? 3 notes. When you play all 6 strings, you're just repeating the notes of that chord in the scale. So, and that's a whole nother lesson that we've touched on briefly in the past. But a baritone ukulele is light, it's easy, they're a lot cheaper than a guitar. This is an Alvarez. It's a very nice one. I want to say I paid, it was under $200. It's got a nice tuner. It's got an EQ. It plugs in. I mean, and it sounds great. You can strum it. You can finger pick it. A lot easier to play. Nothing to it. Easy for a kid to hold. Easy for an adult to hold. A lot of famous guitar makers make baritone ukuleles. Not all ukulele makers make a baritone version. Remember, the baritone is different than the soprano, concert, and tenor ukuleles. They're tuned to the way the ukulele is turned with the good cats eat apples, G, C, E, A. This is tuned just like the lower 4 to the floor strings on a guitar. E, B, G, D. Same as a guitar. You don't have the EA for elephant's hand, but you do have donkeys grow big ears. So it's just 4 strings of the guitar, and you can learn so much more from it. There are baritone books. You can get ukulele chords off several online platforms, but these strummed together books, I really like them because they provide the different chords, and they come in different genres. Everything. I've got a Beatles. I have a Beatles one of these. I've got campfire. I've got gospel hymns. I've got country. I've got bluegrass. So this is something else you can do. This nice Alvarez, where did I buy it? I want to say I bought this one at a musician's friend, and it was well under $200. Kayla makes them, Luna Guitar, several make baritone ukuleles, but you've got to search for a baritone. But it's something to think about. And look, these are nylon strings, so it's not rough on your hands. This is so easy, to maneuver. So give some thought to a baritone ukulele as a start, a low-cost start for getting your child or even yourself back interested in guitar. And I got to tell you, I started picking up a baritone within the past year and just fell in love with it, and especially for playing with the family. My middle son that loves to play the guitar, the one that's probably the most into it, he has just been fascinated, at what he's learned from how to make the different chords, and he's better than I'll ever be. So, a baritone ukulele is a great consideration for a holiday guitar type gift. So give it some thought. It could make your guitar journey a little more blessed, which I hope your guitar journey is always blessed. I'll try to put a description, a link in the description to a couple baritones where you can look them over, but you can go to Amazon, Sweetwater, musician friend. I'm probably going to go ahead and put the video up before I put the links. It's just baritone, Baritone, just like what you see right here. Baritone ukulele. So it really is something to give some thought to, especially if you're kind of on the fence. But I got to tell you, they're a lot of fun to play on a couch. It's a lot of fun to see how easy it is to do some of the hard cowboy chords. So give a baritone ukulele some thought. It might be something that really makes a very nice holiday gift. And hey, I hope your guitar journey is blessed. And like I always say, and I do mean it, happy picking.